Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing with our playthrough of Pedestal. Hopefully we'll finish it today. We're interviewing club people today about Miyuki. Because we have an investigation to investigate, guys. Okay. I've talked with Endo-senpai a couple times, but she's sort of modest to say the least. She was like, violin is all I have. I don't think that's true at all. That was also red, which means it's related to the actual real ending. I've been thinking a lot about, like, okay, somebody commented on the last part? I don't know if it was the last part or if it was the part before, but somebody commented and they were like, Shiori's secret might not necessarily affect Sakura. She actually handed the title to Concert Mistress to Natsume, and now Natsume's gone, so I think someone else does it? Huh? Is that true? Last time we talked, she said she was going to be concert mistress until she retired. Well, I guess that was kind of a while ago. The secret might, affect, instead of, like, rather affecting Sakura directly, it might affect, like, how Sakura views Shiori, because the game is about, like, putting people up on pedestals and stuff like that. And I was like, that made me think a lot about it, but I still, like, I don't know, I can't think of, like, any specific ideas of what it could actually be. And I'm so curious. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. Alright, let's talk to Sakura. I suppose they seemed like regular club friends. I imagine they didn't socialize outside of school, but... Miyuki is the orchestra club head, right? Shiori often said that she was cool and really respected her. That's about all I know. Yeah, Shiori was so secretive to everyone, I feel like. She, like, barely let anything slip to anyone about anything. Friendly rivalry, that makes sense. Or band kids. Anyone here watching a band kid? Anyone here watching a band kid? Because I played trumpet for like 7 years. And yeah, band kids could be competitive. They had, like, obviously everybody's very nice. Like, band kids are always very nice in my experiences. But yeah, like, there's always that, like, that little bit of competitiveness because, you know, you're kind of competing for first chair and, you know, which parts you get to play. Because, like, for our section, it was always like, there were like 3 different parts. I played trumpet, as I mentioned. So it was like the people who were like less good got like the 3rd trumpet part because, you know. But then sometimes people were good, but they still got like the 3rd trumpet part because we needed people to play it. Like, we needed somebody who was like decent to play that part. Because you can't give all the shitty people one part because then, like, you know, that one part's gonna sound bad. So, but yeah, so there was always that, like, oop, I gotta practice more so that I'm good enough to get that 2nd or higher part. Here we go. Nobody has anything to say about Miyuki. Okay, here we go. I don't know details on what their relationship was, but Miyuki was incredibly shocked when she heard the rumor that Natsume's death was suicide. She wouldn't even speak for a while. Is that true? That's sort of surprising, since Miyuki is normally a calm person. right? I thought it was unusual too. Maybe something happened between Miyuki and Natsume. Ever since then, she's avoided the topic of Natsume. I feel like that's a little tough too, because it's like I wouldn't really want to talk to people, like, if somebody, like, very close to me, like a friend or whatever, like, killed themselves, I wouldn't really want to talk to people at school about it either. So, like, it might not even necessarily be like oh, something happened. It might literally just be like, no, she just didn't want to talk to people about it. Oops. Here we go. That reminds me, didn't Miyuki quit as concert mistress? Apparently she told a colleague in orchestra club that she couldn't be depending on her juniors anymore. Wonder what she meant by that. She couldn't be depending on her juniors. Alright, I think that's everybody. Unless we can go into the music room, yeah. Oh, there's more people? Okay, wait. What day is it today? Friday. Okay. I talked to the soccer. I talked to track. I talked to swim. I talked to dance. I talked to basketball and volleyball. I talked to tennis. I don't know who else I missed. I have to do this. One sec, we're gonna mind sync real quick. We got some more pieces. Miyuki was incredibly shocked by the rumor that Natsume killed herself. And after that, she started to avoid the topic of Natsume. When she gave all these reasons for not telling us about Natsume before, did it all come down to her simply not wanting to talk about it? When making Natsume concert mistress, Miyuki told a colleague, "I can't depend on my juniors anymore." Was it? What's that all about? Are you saying being concert mistress means depending on your juniors? That's not right, is it? Okay. So, nobody's in the cafeteria. We went there. I talked to them. They're gone. They're here. Is there somebody in the back? No. No. Biology's off today. Chemistry. I guess chemistry is the comp sci, people? They're off today as well. Can't go in the music room. Oh, art room. I missed the art room. That makes sense. Okay. Somebody must have something important to say then, if... Somebody must have something important. Here we go. Miyuki once said she was glad to be depended on by someone like Natsume. It's rare she says anything like that, so I remember it well. She's usually such a lone wolf. Alright, that should be everyone. Let's see what happens next. Okay, that'll do it for today. Good work. Yup, time to go to home we go. I can't read, holy shit. Okay, today we're doing an investigation into our final person, Hahakigi. Let's keep our spirits high. Finally, the last one, huh? It's been a long journey. Oh yeah, don't you try and interact with Hahakigi and company alone, got it? Could turn into a repeat of Murakami. I'll be okay. Hahakigi's 3 friends all seem pretty intense. I wouldn't want to go near them alone. Well, let's finish this off. I also want to do a proper sort through of the information we got. Okay. It's Monday today. It's Monday today. It's Monday, so soccer, track, swim, dance are all off today. Alright, what's up? Nothing, nothing, nothing. I feel like there's gonna be the fewest people talking about Hakiki because she's very, she's very quiet. Oh. All the girls wondered if Shiori was just with Hahakigi since she felt bad about her being alone. They never said it though. Well, I guess that's a common line of thought when you see someone who's like really popular and widely loved with somebody who's like very shy and stuff. You're just like, oh, they probably just feel bad for you. Which is a very rude mentality, but... What do you mean? When Hahakigi wasn't anywhere to be seen, Natsume would get all panicked. Like, does anyone know where Midori is? She'd even come up and ask me, and we weren't close. We can't ask her personally anymore, but maybe it was more Natsume who wanted to be with Hahakigi. That's why I thought they were such a curious pair. Does Hahakigi have dirt on her? In some way? Or does like Hahakigi know something that Shiori doesn't want getting out? You know, Natsume and Hahakigi were always together, but I never saw them talking, even though I was in the same class as them. If you never saw them talk despite being in the same class, Kubo, then the two really must not have talked at all, huh? So, Shiori wanted to hang around Hahakigi, but they never really talked much. But being with her out of pity, I don't know if I'd like that. That's true. Incidentally, did you hear Kamada and such are with Hahakigi out of pity directly from their mouths? Yeah, that's right. They were like, we feel sorry for her. Guess you can't say it's not kind, but I would hate that. I would rather people just ignore me than pretend to be my friend after, like, what they presume is my only friend dying. Especially because, like, if Shiori was constantly trying to hang out with Hahakigi and Hahakigi didn't want that, then it's entirely possible she was relieved when Shiori died. So many people don't know her. All right, Sakura, give me the tea. Shiori would often invite her friends over, but I'm pretty sure that person never came to our house. It might be possible that she didn't want our parents to know about her. How do you mean? Our parents have always been annoying about who we associate with. They asked us about friends' names or what sort of family they're from. If it was someone they didn't like, they'd restrict us, being like, don't associate with her. I hate that, so I don't invite my friends to the house. But Shiori often did, so I thought she wasn't bothered by it. But this Hahakigi, you're sure she was friendly with Shiori, are you? Yet if she didn't invite her over, I just wonder if it's because she didn't want our parents to know. Do you think so? Hahakigi is not a bad girl or anything. Doesn't seem like it'd be a problem if they knew. Really? Well, it's just an idea I had, so don't worry about it. Unless Hahakigi does know something about Shiori, which is why she doesn't want her near her family. Midori Hahakigi. That doesn't sound familiar. Was she really friends with Shiori? Man, there's tea. There is definitely tea. I try not to hang out with gloomy people. No! That's so rude! She's just a girl. You can't be rude to her like that. Bro, I expect the drama club to have their nose to the ground when it comes to the tea. Like, why do they know nothing ever? Everybody's like, I know Shiori, but not Hahakigi. Like, she actually is a ghost. Like, she's very... Here we go. Natsume was often with Hahakigi. One time I said to Natsume, way to hang around such a dim girl, and she said something like, it's because we're alike. Alike? Natsume and Hahakigi? Did Natsume think that? Maybe in the way that... I was gonna say, because Hahakigi also has very controlling parents as well. So maybe Shiori felt some kind of kinship with her because of that fact. Because, like, it sounds like Hahakigi has to be home by 7 and, like, you know, she's, like, her parents are really strict and stuff. Hahakigi's kind of a weird girl. She's always acting timid and loiters around the shoe cubbies. What's she trying to do? The shoe cubbies? Well, it does seem like she doesn't like to go home. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. I think the swim club's empty. Same with the dance club. I think that is everyone. Oh wait, I need to go sort out the info. Mind sync. Oh, we got the rest of the pieces. Natsume was with Hahakigi because she felt bad for that lonely girl. That's what everyone thought. If that's true, Hahakigi's remark of Shiori didn't think of me as a friend makes sense, doesn't it? Natsume and Hahakigi said to always be together. The idea that they didn't talk at all is really strange. I'm sure they must have just talked somewhere people weren't watching. I mean, in this day and age, you can talk on social media. Huh? Actually, didn't Hahakigi not have a phone or PC? Then what were they doing? Ooh, that's actually a good point. I actually forgot about that detail, because Bottles told us that. Miyuki was happy to be depended on by someone like Natsume. Heck, I'd probably be pretty elated too to have someone like her relying on me. Even the lone wolf Miyuki depended on someone and was depended upon, and it seemed to make her happy. That's kind of surprising. Haakigi would apparently loiter around the shoe cubbies at the entrance. What was she doing there? She didn't want to go home, but did she not have a place to belong? Natsume likely couldn't be with her after school because of orchestra club. Or maybe she was waiting for Natsume. Okay, that should be enough. There's a lot I don't know, but what can you do? That's just the limits of going around questioning people, I guess. With that, we've finished our investigation into everyone connected to Natsume. Good work, all. Good stuff. So what do we do now? I have more or less sorted out the info we've gotten, but I still want to look it over a bit more. Feel free to go home, okay, Akari? In that case, I'm going to the library. Would you come by when you're done? Got it. I'll try to finish up quick. They're so cute. I love their friendship. Okay, reviewing complete. Now the question is, what should we be looking into tomorrow? I've also gotten to directly talk with all relevant parties, so I think I've done all I can do. Hang on. Miyuki. She didn't have anyone to get in the way and did sort of answer our questions. Of course, she skillfully dodged around some things, but we've only talked once, so I wonder if I could get a little more out of her. Miyuki's sure to be in the music room right now. Wonder if I should head on over and question her. Wait, that's right. I've got Akari waiting for me in the library. Should I go get her first? Then again, Akari probably wants to go home soon. I'd feel a little bad making her go along with some surprise questioning. Honestly, it should be fine either way, whether I join up with Akari or not. What should I do? Ooh, okay, I was gonna say, I'm gonna get the bad ending this time anyway, so I think I'll... Last time Aoi investigated on her own. It was a disaster, though. I'll go by myself. I feel like the game wants you to get Akari because of what happened with Murakami. I wonder if I should recognize the song she's playing. Come in. Hello. Good day, Miyuki. Good day. I see Miss Abe isn't here today. Yes, Akari's in the library right now. I came because I just wanted to talk with you, Miyuki, just for a bit, so I thought it'd be okay doing it alone. I see. Working hard on your own. I recognize your efforts. The library, I've been too busy lately to read. Perhaps I should go there myself. Doesn't Miyuki seem to have kind of a different mood today? A little more gentle, maybe. Why is that? Maybe it's because Akari's not there. So, what did you want to talk about? Shiori? Yes. Do you have enough time? If it's short, yes. I have violin lessons again today. I told you before, but I have nothing to say about Shiori's death. Could you make it anything else? It sounds like you were happy about Natsume depending on you, weren't you? Meanwhile, Natsume adored you like a big sister. The two of you had a wonderful cross-grade friendship. But the way it became strained after trading the seat of concertmistress, that's what I don't understand. That you would have built up such a good relationship only for it to end up like that over one decision. I heard the reason you gave up the title of concertmistress was that you couldn't be depending on your juniors anymore. By juniors, did you mean Natsume? Did something happen between you that made you give it up? Shoot, I'm just asking the same things as before, aren't I? I'm sure she won't answer at this rate. You're exactly right. I quit as concertmistress because I no longer wanted to be depending on my juniors. But I was not referring to Shiori when I said juniors. I did mean it in the plural sense. The entirety of the club, essentially. What do you mean? Apologies, but I don't intend to say any more. Excuse me. It's not as if I'm trying to be malicious. I just feel it's my own peculiar way of thinking, so others can't understand it. And there's no reason they should. So I'm sorry, all right? One thing I can say is, it was not because there was some dispute between Shiori and I. That's for certain. Is that right? I'm sorry for getting weird ideas. But? It is true that after making her concertmistress, my relationship with Shiori became strained. Why is that? I myself don't know. To be honest, the feeling of just over that one decision, I felt that myself. Yet, indeed, Shiori was acting strangely at the time. Ooh, flashback. No, I just can't understand it. What's wrong with you being concertmistress, Miyuki? Didn't I tell you already? I'll be enrolled in this club until the cultural festival ends, but it's about time I think about passing the torch, yes? So I asked you, Shiori. Having talent and popularity in spades, it's not about it being wrong for me to fill the role. That's a lie. You've given that passing the torch line over and over. It's not like anyone's had any objections with you, yet suddenly wanting to hand it over around this time? There has to be some other reason. It's because you want to quit, don't you? Why is that? If there's a reason, just tell me. Why would she want to quit if violin's her life? Listen, Shiori. We decided the handing off of concertmistress was already in a meeting. There's no changing it now. I feel apologetic if you yourself are not satisfied with that, but everyone agreed to it. If you really are opposed, let us hold another club meeting. I'd ask you to state your opinion there. What do you say? Miyuki, I feel like you're trying to get away from me. It feels so lonely. Shiori? I'm sorry for saying selfish things. You don't have to hold a meeting. I'll comply with everyone's decisions. No! Bro, Shiori needs to fucking let herself do something selfish one time, please. Like, girl. She's crying too, it looks like. Or she's just trying to cover her face. I respect you, Miyuki. I always wished that someday you could be a friend I could talk to about anything. But I guess it was just me who thought that way. I always thought Shiori was a girl positive about everything, who knew no fear. So I didn't imagine she would reject it to such a degree. As awkward as it is to state myself, we had built a good relationship up until that point, as you say, Miss Ue. But since then,
I would often find myself confused by Shiori. I no longer knew how to associate with her. Shiori, too, stopped treating me the same way as before. We acted strangely with each other. That is a fact. Can you think of any reason why Natsume would have a strange reaction to you giving your seat to her? Well, I'm sorry, I do not know. I see. What could it be? Still, talking with you has settled a couple of questions. I appreciate it. There may have been no dispute between you and Natsume, but there was discontent. That's exactly why you were so shocked when Natsume died with that left unresolved. And of course, you couldn't be happy about us going around investigating without knowing those circumstances. But now I have a clear grasp of that. I'm really very sorry for asking around and acting rudely. I see. I'm glad if I could be of use. Is it all right if I get going now? I'll be late for my lessons. Yes, thank you very much. Yo, Akari! Kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty late. Got everything sorted out in your head? Of course. And actually, that's neither here nor there. I went to see Miyuki and asked her a bunch. Well now, that's impressive. Get anything from it? Yep, you see. Miyuki and Natsume had an exchange like that, did they? Apparently. Is there something you were curious about, Akari? Natsume felt that Miyuki, in quitting as concert mistress, was trying to get away from her. That must have been very painful for Natsume, who adored Miyuki like an older sister. Right, I see. Nah, nothing I'm really wondering about. How about you, Aoi? I'm curious why Natsume had such a negative reaction, but I haven't the slightest idea there. Nothing seemed to come to mind for Miyuki either. We probably can't know anymore. But still, we've learned there was no strong antagonism between Miyuki and Natsume. Some pretty hefty findings, right? I'm glad I worked up the courage to go ask her. Yeah, pretty amazing. Okay, let's go home for today. I'll think about what to do tomorrow once I get home. Aoi, you going to the social studies room? Yeah, why? I've got business with Kageyama, so I'm going to the staff room. I'll be done quick, so go on ahead. Got it. No need to rush. Kageyama's like the homeroom teacher. Akari sure is late. It's already been over 40 minutes. Wonder what she's doing. Oh, Bottles. Heya. Huh, just you today? Bottles, was Akari in the staff room? She said she had business with Mr. Kageyama. Kageyama was there, but I didn't see Abe. Probably took care of it already? Oh yeah, I did see someone who might have been Abe earlier. Seemed to be with a few others, though. Really? Do you know who she was with? Who were they again? Can't think of the names. Ah, got it. Kamada from 2D. Miyoshi and Isona were there too. Aren't those, huh? Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that Hahakiki's followers? Why was Akari with Hahakiki's followers? Don't tell me she was taken captive like me. But unlike me, Akari isn't a scaredy cat. Maybe she had some idea and willingly went to talk to those three. No, that's wrong. If that were it, I'm sure she would have at least said something to me. So was she really abducted? Bottles, I'm gonna go look for Akari. Oh, is it that much of a rush? Well, okay, see ya. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh wait, maybe the roof? Maybe the front of the school? Why won't it open? Is Mr. Fujimura not in there? Dang it, I gotta look elsewhere. That's right, Mr. Fujimura. He cleans all around the school, so maybe he's seen Akari?
Oh god, I'm nervous. I was like, why is it giving me access to here? Oh, maybe the site of Shiori's death? Mr. Fujimura, have you seen Akari? I'm looking for her. No, can't say I have. I'd look with you, but I gotta clean some more. Couldn't you wait in the janitor's room for a bit? Huh, the janitor's room? I went there, but it wouldn't open. Isn't it locked? No, I didn't lock. It's a pretty ancient door. Might not have opened for you. It's a little occupied right now. Okay, she's in the janitor room. Run. It doesn't open. Why couldn't I get in here before? I found her. Oh, with 5 seconds to spare. Yes! Oh my god. Whew! That was nerve-wracking. So hey, could you release me already? Talk all you want. It's just gonna be pointless. If you want to leave, then promise. Promise you won't go around whispering about Natsume and doing things that hurt Hahakigi. Like I said, I'm only doing odd jobs here. Just helping Aoi investigate. And like we said, if you stop helping, Ue will give up too, right? Since you're such good friends. Who knows? Couldn't tell you whether Aoi would give up, whatever I said. She can investigate alone, can't she? Besides, I don't plan to stop her. I want Aoi to act freely as she pleases. You've got no right to stop her or anything anyway. Under what authority are you criticizing me? Because we're Hahakigi's friends. Did Hahakigi ask you? To gang up on me and threaten me? Where's the third one? No, but it's natural for friends to think of each other, to pick up on what the other person wants and to do things to help them. Are you familiar with a little phrase called mind your own business? Well, I'm sure if you were, you wouldn't be doing this. Picking up on what they want? It's not like you can know everything about a person, no matter how well you get along. I get along with Aoi myself, but I'm under no illusions that I understand her perfectly. That's why she's amusing to be with. I like watching Aoi just do whatever she pleases. Plus, it sounds all well and good to say you're doing it for a friend, but who's gonna take responsibility for what you do? If it's for Hahakigi's sake, doesn't responsibility for threatening me like this fall on Hahakigi? Or else you can say this all of your own volition, and whatever might happen, no blame can fall on Hahakigi. I'm not looking to criticize your show of charity, but if you're trying to limit our freedom to act, that's a different story. If you're using Hahakigi as an excuse, you'd best talk with her first. If Hahakigi tells us to stop, then we'll listen to her. We'll listen to her reasons. Kamada, hey! You have to hold the door to the janitor's room, or someone might come in. It's okay, I don't think anyone will come. Anyway, did you convince Abe? Nah, she's just quibbling and won't listen at all. For looking so unmotivated, she's real stubborn. Excuse you, I just do things my way. I'm doing it. My way. Okay, bye. Well, guess we'll just have to ask another way. I didn't really want to do it, but... Don't assume you're the only one who can investigate into people. We did our own looking into you two, or rather, into you, to prepare before we asked you like this. Planning to snitch to Aoi or what? Well, fine by me. Wrong. If we can't get you to listen with words, there's no choice but to ask you like this. Oh, is that a moth? Oh, yeah, right. Blech, so gross. Is that a moth? I'm impressed you can hold it so calmly, Kamada. I wouldn't say I'm calm. It's Hakigi, so I've got to put up with a little ickiness. I asked someone who knew you since junior high. I hear you don't like bugs, do you, Abe? Especially butterflies and moths like this. Just to be clear, don't assume it'll be just this. If you do anything else shady from now on, your bag, your desk, your cubby, these guys might show up in the strangest places. If you don't want that, promise us that you won't look into Natsume anymore and wound Hahakigi. This is dirty fucking work. This is dirty fucking work. I cannot believe this. This Akari has been the baddest bitch the entire time, and the minute I actually forgot about that detail. The minute a moth comes out, she's dead. It's Jover. It's Jover for her. Oh, my poor girl. Look, like she's sweating. You really are stubborn. Well, you leave us no choice. Miyoshi, Isona, hold her still. Oh.
What are you doing?
Kigi, we were just making a request of Abe to stop going around investigating Natsume. Ue and her are really so insensitive. They've been asking around not just about Natsume, but about you. Unbelievable, right? Yeah, that's why we have to stop them. While you're here, Hakigi, go ahead and tell Abe what you want to say.
Let go of Abe.
But
but we're busy making a request of her. Enough of that. Stop bullying her. It makes me sick.
Bullying? No way! I mean, Abe and her started it by upsetting you.
I don't care. Let go of Abe right now.
What's wrong, Hahakigi?
I'm sorry, but I don't want you to involve yourself with me anymore. You don't have to be with me. I don't like you, and you aren't with me because you like me either. So let's both give this up. I kept quiet until now because I felt sorry thinking about how you'd feel if I said my honest feelings. I should have said so sooner.
You felt sorry? For us? Why are you saying that? We're the ones who felt sorry for you after Natsume was gone.
Think whatever you want. It's clear to me now that if the alternative is being with you anymore, I'd rather be alone. Thank you for everything, but it's enough now. Leave me be.
I see. So you hated us all along. I'm sorry for not noticing, Hahakigi. We were sure you would be glad. You seemed lonely without Natsume, so we thought we'd hang out with you. Yeah, I'm sorry for bothering you all this time. And Abe, I'm really sorry to you guys too. See you. Alright. That was actually so rational and level-headed of them.
Are you okay, Abe? I'm sorry. Because of me.
Saved me in the nick of time. Thank you. Kinda surprised that you're someone who can make herself that clear, Hahakigi. I'd heard you were timid.
Shiori said the same thing. You're right that I'm timid, but I'd at least like to think I know when I need to make my will clear.
I see. So you're sure about this? Just feels like friends splitting up after a bad argument. This is gonna sound rude, but you didn't have anyone you were friends with except Natsume, right? You're gonna be alone now.
That's fine. I've always been alone. Shiori being with me was an exceptional situation. I've always been alone otherwise. It's just back to the norm, so I'm fine.
Wanna hang out with us?
Akari! Are you okay? What? Hahakigi, what happened?
You're late, boss. Ugh, that was a close one. Kamada's group brought me here, but I got saved by Hahakigi.
Eh? I'm going now. Hold on, Hahakigi. Maybe it's a weird time, but while you're here, can I ask some things?
Poor girl, we will not leave her alone.
We've done a lot of research, but it's never been very clear. Your relationship with Natsume. Until you and Natsume started to be together, you were alone, right? Natsume decided to associate with Hahakigi because she felt sorry for her. It seems many people thought that. Even you did, didn't you? Because you said so earlier, Shiori didn't think of me as a friend. It was because you thought Natsume was only with you out of pity that you'd say such a thing, right? Yeah. There were many times I thought that maybe it wasn't just pity, that she accompanied me because she really wanted to be friends. But by the end, I no longer knew anything about Shiori. That's not it. Actually, from the very beginning, I didn't know what Shiori was thinking. Ah, there you are, Hahakigi. It looks like you left a spot blank on your career survey. The teacher told me to let you know. Could you get it to the teacher tomorrow morning? Thank you. Sorry. I know you have your club to go to. It's totally fine. Speaking of, you aren't in a club, huh? Aren't you going home yet? Or are you waiting for a friend to get out of her club or something? No, I just don't want to go home. Why? My parents are strict. If I go home, they'll say all these things. If I stay at school, I can use the excuse that I was studying. Oh, I see. You know, I kind of feel that myself. My parents are also kind of strict. Too cloying? Something like that. I've never seen you spending time with anyone, but do you maybe like being alone? I don't know about like. I just think it's inevitable. What do you mean? I'm gloomy and not so good at talking, so no one enjoys being with me. That said, it's not like I can change myself that easily. Besides, I pretty much think it's fine like this. I just don't care to force myself to be someone else so I can get along with someone. so it's inevitable that I end up alone. But I'm not really bothered by it. Being someone else, huh? I see, I see. That kind of hits a sore spot. All the girls have a fun time together are desperate to avoid being alone, even if it means falsifying themselves. Is that how you see things, haha Kiki? If a girl wants to be with someone because she doesn't like being alone, then that's just what she wants to do. If her desire is to spend time with someone, she isn't truly faking herself, right? So I'm fine with a girl who's like that. I'm just different, is all. Do you not want to befriend anyone, haha Kiki? You don't have that sort of wish? I'm not good at, how to put it, associating with someone while trying to understand them. Because you can't fully understand other people. In the end, all you have is your own self-centered impressions. Meeting halfway with that uncertainty to associate with others, that's too troublesome for me. I find myself thinking, if we can't understand each other from the depths of our hearts, is there any need to get involved to begin with? I'm selfish. I can only do things the way I want, so being alone is just right for me. Hey, is school uncomfortable for you, haha Kiki? It's a little oppressive, sure. I want to graduate soon. If my parents weren't watching, I wouldn't even want to go to college. But there's no other option. I have to put up with it until I'm able to earn money for myself and survive alone. You know, we might be kind of similar. That's not true at all. Natsume, you're totally different from someone like me. How so? Your living situation, your popularity, the way you carry yourself in a crowd, those are all things I don't have. The way I carry myself, huh? I'm surprised how clearly you can speak your mind, haha Kiki. Haha Kiki, if I said I had something I wanted to do, would you approve of it? I mean, I think you can do as you please, Natsume. I see. Well then, would you accompany me from now on? I'd like to talk to you more, haha Kiki. But, you don't want to? It's not like I don't want to, but I'm sure it won't be any fun being around me. Really? I'm having a great time right now, you know. Your opinion that it's impossible to completely understand other people. I actually agree completely. But you and I see it differently. Associating with people while letting the things you don't know remain unknown, I don't think that's such a bad thing. It's when there are things you don't know that you can have some excitement, I feel. Getting happy to find small things in common, letting your imagination run wild, you see? Your decisive perspective that if you can't have everything, then you don't care to have anything. It's wonderful. I love it. So it made me want to talk to you more. It may go against your principles, haha Kiki, but I think I'd like to spend time together. That's the thing I want to do. There's no need for us to understand each other from the bottom of our hearts. You and I just spending time doing what we want. I think a relationship like that is totally viable too. So if you aren't against it, want to try it out with me? With no need for understanding, each of us just doing what we like? That sort of relationship. If we're going to feel bored and uncomfortable until we're able to live on our own, I'd like to try this as some light recreation. Well? So that's why they wouldn't talk. They would just hang out and, exist in the same space. That's valid. Yes, that might be nice. That's actually really cute. Shiori was a very kind girl, a girl considerate of people's feelings. I knew that, as her classmate. That's why I thought her plan was just sympathy. Shiori was just worrying for my lonely self. That whole speech was just a kind deception to keep me from realizing. I couldn't reject such kindness, so I accepted Shiori's proposal. Until then, I thought Shiori was a sociable girl who talked often, since indeed she was always talking happily with classmates and club friends. And yet, for some reason, Shiori didn't try to talk with me in public. I was just always at Shiori's side, following her around like a shadow. Yet, when it was just the two of us, Shiori would tell me all sorts of things. About her family, her friends, her club. Sometimes she brought up complaints she would never mention in public. And also, Shiori seemed to enjoy herself so much when she was with me. She showed no sign of putting on an act as someone doing it out of pity would. Aww! Shiori was saying she was like me, Gradually, I came to think that might be true. We differed in personality, position, everything, but we both carried a sense of suffocation and wanted to be able to live on our own. That we had in common. I think Shiori, who so many had high hopes for, couldn't reveal to anyone that she was suffocating. Except me, who felt the same pain. I was gonna say, I wonder if that's her secret, is the fact that she's not, like... Because Sakura saw her as perfect, and, like, she's, like, this perfect puppet. And, like, she wasn't like that. Like, she was suffering, and she didn't want Sakura to know that. We didn't seek a half-baked understanding. Shiori talked, I listened. I talked, Shiori listened. That's all it was for us. That one-way relationship was very comfortable. When it was just us, I felt like I could breathe easier. And it wasn't just me, I'm sure Shiori felt the same. At some point, I came to think that Shiori wasn't pitying me, that she earnestly wanted to be with me. I was so happy about that, I came to like Shiori more and more. That's so sad. And she became my one best friend.
Damn. Honestly, it's more and more seeming like she did kill herself.
I see. So that's how you two were. It's true, that would look like a curious relationship to an outsider. But part of me understands too, because me and Akari are kinda like that. Honestly, I don't especially get Akari, but she's the most fun to be around nevertheless. Akari wants me to do what I like, and I want to do what I like. On top of that, it's comfortable, so we're together. It's like that.
Ditto.
Ah! Oh my god! My girls! But then, why? Why did you start to think that Natsume didn't think of you as a friend? Shiori started acting strange a few months earlier. I don't know if she was sad or lonely. She started to seem incredibly sullen. When she was in public, she behaved cheerfully as usual, but I could only see it as a bluff. I asked her over and over, but she wouldn't tell me why. She just replied, "It's something I don't want to tell you, Midori." Did you have to do with why Natsume was sullen? I asked that myself, but she said that wasn't it. I don't want to make you feel upset, so I won't tell you. I learned from being her friend that Shiori was a very kind girl who respected people's feelings. Her telling me she didn't want to make me worry was surely a lie. Sure enough, her being with me was just out of sympathy. It's not like she wanted to be friends. But Shiori was too kind to tell me that directly. I thought she was putting up with my annoying self. Ooh, I became fond of Shiori. I wanted to know more and more about Shiori's feelings. But Shiori was elusive, so I wasn't really sure, and that started to become painful. Worrying over this and that, trying to know someone's feelings, and in the end knowing nothing. I didn't want that. So I said I didn't need friends, thinking I'd just remain alone. And yet, now I've gone back to being alone, like before I met Shiori, to a drab world of only myself. I shouldn't have disliked that. But it pains me so much. It's gone so dark I can't see. It's tough. It's really tough to go to being alone when you're used to having like a friend, even just one. Like, poor girl. But I don't want to think something like, I wish I had never met Shiori. Is that enough? I have to get going.
I'm sorry we made you relive all of that.
Sure, I'm sorry for making you talk about something so painful. Bye, Midori. Love you.
What's with the long face? Caught Hahakigi's gloominess?
No. Well, maybe so. Talking with Hahakigi, I kind of felt like I could see the similarities between her and me. Myself, I've been desperately investigating Natsume, but I still don't have a picture of her true feelings at all. Wanting to know about her, yet not knowing anything. It's frustrating. I feel pathetic. Wondering if this is how Hahakigi felt all this time, it makes me kind of depressed.
So she's fully dragged you over, huh? It's times like this you should make use of your misinsensitive impudence. Natsume was an entity many people acknowledged and aspired to. She was an idol. That must be why the idol herself stuffed her true feelings deep down, not showing them to anyone. Even Hahakigi, who was always with her, seemed to only hear a little bit, and it ended with still her not knowing what had her most curious. As for you, you're taking the shattered pieces of the idol who fell from her pedestal, roll credits, and trying to infer what was inside her. Of course it's not going to be easy, but it's a little late for that, don't you think? You knew that much from the start. If you want to go until you're satisfied, you gotta endure a little frustration. But hey, it's fine if you want to give it all up and quit, too.
I know that. I just got a little bummed out. No intention of giving up over here. Natsume, were you really just with Hahakigi out of simple pity? It sounds like you truly enjoyed your time with Hahakigi, so I feel like that's not right. Or rather, I want it to be not right. Natsume was acting strange for months before her death. Okabe and 2B said the same thing, actually. Oh, and what Mr. Fujimura said. Natsume was crying while feeding a stray cat once. Could that be connected too? And come to think of it, the counselor let it accidentally slip that Natsume came to discuss something with her. Was Hahakigi really the cause behind Natsume acting strangely? Or was there something else? Dang it, I have no clue. Do I just have to investigate further? But I've done tons of questioning. I doubt I could get anything from asking around now about something not even Hahakigi knew. So do I just have to call the investigation there after all? It feels anticlimactic.
Well now, you totally stuck? Thought you said yesterday you'd think about what to do.
Well, yes, I did think it over thoroughly yesterday, but I couldn't come up with a thing. But I'm just talking investigating, got it? I'm saying we've gathered all the information we can gather. The task that we're left with now is drawing a conclusion. We'll line up the info we gathered and derive the truth.
Who was with Natsume at the time of the incident? That was what we put the focus on our investigation on. Determining an answer to that with just the info we've gotten seems pretty rough. Heck, it sort of feels impossible.
Look, it doesn't have to be anything as clear as an answer. It's just speculation. We're just looking for a possibility that such and such person might have been with Natsume at the time. Okay, let's do this carefully.
Yep, so what are we doing concretely?
Concretely? I mean, all we can do is think it over, using the info we've collected. There's no need for both of us to be here, so it's fine if you go home, okay? I'm most comfortable here, so I'm planning to stay a while.
Oh, well, figure I might as well stay and think with you.
Thanks. If we can overcome this, our task will soon be complete. It's the culmination of all our work.
Okay, so this is the end. She's sleeping.
Wait, she's asleep? Why you? Akari's investigated Natsume with me this whole time, but she honestly had no interest in her, huh? I'm the total opposite, finding myself more and more interested. But Akari isn't like that at all. Truly unshakable.
Can I save? I just want to save before
I've gathered plenty of info, but what out of it can I use to conclude? Who was with Natsume? If I can select a few crucial bits of information and put them together, without any inconsistencies, I should surely see something. This is the critical moment. I'll consider it carefully.
Oh my god. See, the thing is too?
Oh.
Oh god. The thing is too, is like, there's so many things that I thought were connected that like, haven't been relevant in a bit. Like, the fact that There we go. Now it's done. I was like, wait. What did she realize?
Akari, get up!
Huh? What? What in the world?
I might have figured it out. The person who was with Natsume at the time of the incident.
Huh? What about Natsume?
Come on, keep up with me. I'm saying I might know who was with Natsume when she died.
So? My throat's parched, so could I go buy some tea?
Make it quick.
Girl, we're in the middle of a very serious investigation.
And that's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Akari?
Not bad. I think it's pretty plausible. Still, it's unsubstantiated. Of course, no getting around that. Our methods won't be getting us any circumstantial evidence.
That's right. That's why it's just a theory. A conclusion we came up with just based on what we gathered. I honestly don't have much confidence in whether it's right, but it's about all I could think of.
Hey, Aoi, what are you aiming to do by working out a conclusion?
What am I aiming to do?
Before we started the investigation, you were all, I want to bring the truth to the light of day and stuff. Do you want to let everyone know that what's currently considered an individual accidental death has someone else involved? Once you do that, the circumstances suddenly change. It's no longer something that we can selfishly pursue on our own. The school and police will get involved, of course, but once people know the new truth, the school will get noisy again. You'll destroy the current peace it finally settled into after a month passed from Natsume's death. You understand that. Plus, we'll no longer be bystanders either. We'll become connected to the Natsume case as those who reveal the truth. It'll be different from us investigating as we please like a third party. If some problem comes up, we might get involved in it. Do you have enough resolve that you're fine with that happening? If you learn the truth, you'll have to carefully consider if you want to speak it or not. Once you say it, everything changes. You can't be the same as you have been. You should at least recognize that. Depending on the circumstances, I think it's totally valid to keep the truth to yourself and maintain the status quo. So think about it in that light. What do you want to do, I mean?
Letting everyone know. Honestly, I wasn't really giving that any thought until partway in. I started this investigation strictly from my own desire to understand. That hasn't changed. But you know, Akari, you're jumping the gun a bit. My idea is just a theory. I still don't know the truth. First of all, I want to talk to the person directly. Whether my theory is correct, and if it is, what happened to Natsume, I want that person to tell me. I think what I should do will depend on the results of that. First of all, I have to confirm the validity of my theory. And also, we've been doing a ton of investigating along the way, even going to Natsume's house. I wouldn't say at this point that I was just looking into it on a whim and have no connection to Natsume. Or I wouldn't want to. If something's going to happen from making the truth known, I intend to fulfill my minimum duty as an indictor. Like you say, Akari, I'll have to be prepared for that. I'm not thinking I'll be secure in my own safety zone. So don't worry about me. I'll take proper responsibility for my actions.
Huh, I see. Got it. So, our final task is to talk directly with the person who was with Natsume when she died. If you're gonna go talk, I think it'd be good to work out a strategy in advance. You want to get it right. You want to get right to it? You're not confident your theory is correct, right? You okay with going over there when that's how it stands?
True, I do still have some uncertainties.
Then why don't you think some more? We've got lots of information, so it might be good to read it over. Once you're all settled, talk to me. We'll form a plan together. Oh, shit. People. I think it's Midori. Bet. Midori. No doubts? If we screw this up, it might be a huge pain in the neck. Bet. Right, then let's devise a plan. We had 33% chance of being correct. Like, I just think Kana doesn't like her, so it's too much of like a, oh, like she's jealous, so that's why what it would be. But like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be her. I also accused, but I was gonna say I also accused Midori of attacking Akari, and then it wasn't. So who knows? But Midori was the one crying by the roof and stuff, which is why I really do think it was her.
Good. So you came, haha, Kiki. Calling me here with this is kind of in poor taste, don't you think?
Tonight at 11, through the gym, the rooftop.
This stationery and envelope, it's almost the same as what Shiori used. How did you know that? And this writing, it's just like Shiori's. How did you know Shiori's handwriting? Yes, well, we'll get to that in time. Maybe it was poor taste, but I wanted you to come here no matter what, haha, Kiki. Thinking back on what you said, there was something I found curious. That being why Natsume didn't talk to you in public. There was a girl who told us that in our investigation, too, so I know it wasn't just you lying. But you also said that Natsume talked to you lots, when it was just the two of you, right? That's why it seems strange. Where and when exactly did Hahakigi and Natsume talk? And they always said that they saw another girl going to the roof. I needed to consider what ways were available for Natsume, who was always surrounded by people, to sneak away and talk to you. Natsume had daily orchestra club, which went late into the day, so she couldn't make time to spend with you after school. That went for days off, too. Both Natsume and you had parents watching over your shoulders. Of course, I thought of some ways you could have talked without meeting. Social media, email, there are plenty of methods. But you don't have a phone or a computer, right, Hahakiki? So I figured you wouldn't have been conversing that way. After going down that line of thinking, I came up with two answers. First was letters, like the one you're holding right now. Frankly, it was just an idea I came up with in desperation, but we had a picture of her pad. It's so old school nowadays, I thought it was improbable, but there were some pieces that pushed the idea to the forefront. First, the stationery set on the desk in Natsume's room. It had a plain design like the letter you're holding. And there's also a certain behavior you and Natsume had in common, being around the shoe cubbies at the entrance outside of coming and going. Oh, so they were passing notes. Back when I saw the stationery set, I couldn't even guess who Natsume would have been trying to write to. But as I was thinking it over, I came to wonder if she was writing to you, Hahakigi. With that, the testimony about you both being around the shoe cubbies started to make sense to me. The two of you both used the cubbies to trade letters with each other. It's old-fashioned, but kind of like an exchange diary, wasn't it? And that's the first thing I deduced about you and Natsume. We wrote a letter because I wanted to check right away whether my theory was right. Figuring we'd be ignored if we just wrote a normal one, we tried to imitate Natsume's writing. Sorry for it being in poor taste. Oh, and about Natsume's handwriting and the stationery set, I saw them in her room. We actually went to Natsume's house as part of the investigation too, but I'd appreciate it if you didn't ask too much about that. So yeah, I've been carrying this conversation one-sidedly, but is my theory accurate? Yes, you're correct. I see, and I'm sure this other one is too. This place, the rooftop, it was a secret spot where the two of you could enjoy time together, wasn't it? I don't know why, but Natsume was unwilling to talk to you in public. Maybe because she talked with you about a lot of her true feelings? She didn't want anyone else to hear? Even now, I'm not too sure. So this place that only select people knew about was perfect for Natsume to spend time with you. Natsume was witnessed heading toward the rooftop during lunch, and another person was witnessed heading to the rooftop at lunch as well. I wasn't able to determine who that was through questioning, but I'll bet it was you, Hahakigi. You rendezvoused here during lunch to spend time together, isn't that right? Yeah, that's right. And you came to the rooftop on that fateful night as well, did you? If you hadn't, you wouldn't have come here just based on the contents of that letter. We purposely wrote that letter with the minimum amount of information. If you'd used the same method to come to the rooftop before, then you would know without me having to describe it. I thought, I'll be honest, that's a strategy Akari came up with. I wouldn't have thought of it alone. So I see. This. is that? Midori, could you come to the rooftop at 11 tonight? I'll have something important to talk about. I'll open the auditorium window for you. Be careful not to let anyone see you. It was in my shoe cubby that day. The first letter I'd received from Shiori in a while. I was really surprised. I never expected an honor student like Shiori to call me to the roof of the school late at night. Honestly, I was afraid to go. It'd be bad if my parents happened to find out I snuck in at night. But I wanted to go no matter what. No, I felt like I had to go. Shiori had been acting strange since a few months prior, but she wouldn't tell me the reason. I sent a few letters, wondering if it was just hard for her to say out loud, but I never got a reply back. Soon things became strained. Even if I had something I wanted to say, I felt like I couldn't say it. If I went to the rooftop just like her letter said, I thought Shiori might tell me the reason. But...
Can I stop you for a sec, Hahakigi? Seeing as you went and brought that letter here, did you realize what you were being called here for?
Yes. And I knew that you were the ones calling for me. The only possibility I could think of for who would call me to this place was you, the ones looking into Shiori.
What? For real? Well, yeah, like what did you think? Huh, then we didn't need to bother with the hassle of a letter, huh? So, Hahakigi, you came here knowing it was our doing, eh? Then can I take that as you have the intention of to tell us about that night?
Yes, I do intend to. Tell me, what happened to Natsume that day?
Whoop! She even wore the same outfit.
Shiori.
Oh my god, her face!
Thank you, Midori, for coming. It's kind of novel, huh? Meeting at night like this? I can only meet you at school during lunch, after all. Which makes it my first time seeing you in casual clothes, too. That's a cute one piece. It suits you. Thank you. Shiori, what did you want to talk about? That reminds me. Midori, was everything okay? Your mom didn't catch you when you left the house? It's fine. They were tired from work and sleeping. Oh, that's good. I was worried they might get mad with you. You said in the letter that you wanted to talk about something. Could you not just say it in a letter? Why in the middle of the night? Surely even during lunch would be fine. Well, yeah, but it sort of felt like ignoring the mood, kinda. Doing it by letter, it just wouldn't work out, you know? I'd feel really bad if I didn't get a reply. I kind of can't take any more of that. So I wanted to meet you in person and talk. I was unsure if you'd come, but I'm glad we could meet. I feel like a letter would have been better than something this dangerous. You have a point there. Sorry. But look, the stars look really pretty up here. The moon's so full and round. It's really... how should I say it? Anyway, it's a good sight. Kinda like glad I resolved to sneak up here, you know? Enough already. How long are you going to avoid it? You're the one who called me saying you had something to talk about.
She's nervous. She's building up to it.
If you're feeling pained, just tell me the reason. Didn't I say that in one of my letters? Sorry. But that's not it. What I want to talk about today, and what you want to know, are at odds with each other. True, I'm being strange about it. Even I know that. And the reason for that, I just don't think I can't tell you, Midori, because I don't want to. I don't want to worry you. Too late for that. You know I've been worrying all this time. Yes, true enough. Then I'll change my phrasing. I don't want to upset you, Midori. I've been unsure of myself lately what I should be doing, but I still haven't come to an answer. Even if I do reach one, I don't know whether to tell you or not. At the end of the day, it's my problem. You shouldn't have to worry about anything, Midori. I think things will work out soon. You're kind, Shiori. You're always picking your words carefully to not hurt anyone. But I wish you'd stop being deceptive. That hurts me more. What do you mean? If you don't like being with me, just come out and say it. I've never thought that. Then, please, don't keep secrets. If something's tormenting you, I want to know what it is. It's fine if it upsets me. Maybe I can be of some help. I'm more opposed to you suffering all by yourself. I'm hopeless, huh? Meddling like this even though you've made up your mind not to tell me. I really can't stand myself. So selfish and annoying. It's so miserable. But when I'm with you, Shiori, I get more and more selfish. I can't even stop myself. I want to know all about you. When there's something I don't know, it really pains me. I was fine always being by myself, but now I feel so lonely without you, I can't stand it. At first, I felt really uneasy. This isn't me. I'm no longer myself. But lately, I've started to feel like that's fine. That in fact, it's better that way.
Oh my god. I'm really nervous, guys. Like, my heart is racing because I'm just like, I know how this night ends, and I'm like, oh no.
I really like you a lot, Shiori. Really? Yeah. We're sure to keep on changing. We can't do anything to control the flow of things ourselves. We'll graduate, get jobs, maybe even find people we love and make new families. But as much as things might change, I always want you beside me as a friend. Is that how you feel, Midori? Yeah. So, I want to know more about you for that reason, too. Holding on to painful things yourself out of concern for me, I want you to stop doing that. If you think of me as a friend, then talk to me about anything. I'll accept anything at all. Thank you. I'm glad I could hear your feelings, Midori. Don't worry about it. I'll always be your friend. I don't intend to keep more secrets, but can this one wait just a little longer? I'll try my best to bring it to a resolution soon, and then I'll tell you everything. Really? Yeah. The mood's gotten strange, huh? Well, enough gloomy conversation. Since you came, won't you stay a little longer? Let's relax and look at the scenery. Oh no. Look! The moon. It's beautiful, isn't it? I should have brought some food, but maybe I'd put on weight eating at this hour, huh? Shiori, there was something you wanted to talk to me about, right? What is it? Sorry, that topic's already over. Huh? Or not over, but more like there's no longer a need to say it. Anyway, it's fine now. Don't worry about it. Sheesh, what's that about? You're so selfish. If we're not talking, let's just go. It's almost 11:30. We'll miss the last train. Oh? Well, I'll stay here a little longer. Shiori, it's dangerous to sit there. What if you fall? It's fine if I fall. If it all goes away and I'm at peace, I might prefer that. Don't say strange things like that. It's dangerous, so come over here, and let's go home, all right? Shiori? Shiori? Oh my god, it actually was an accident. Natsume said it's fine if I fall and then actually fell? Then Natsume's death wasn't an accident, but suicide? I don't think that's it. Shiori was sitting on the fence facing this way with her school bag hanging on her arm. At that moment, I heard a small shriek. I think Shiori was going to get off the fence. Her bag slipped and fell on the other side. School bags are heavy, so the weight of it must have made her unsteady and pulled her back. Huh, I see. That's why the school bag fell with her. I doubt she would have toppled over from the weight of the bag if she were just standing normally, but if she were sitting there, and also the shriek beforehand means she probably wasn't prepared to jump off. True. Then Natsume really did die accidentally. Kigi, did you tell that to the police? I didn't. Why? And why didn't you report it right away, that you'd witnessed an accident? Everything I said was actually a lie. Oh, she did push her, okay. The truth is, I pushed Shiori off. That's why I couldn't tell the police. What? So, do you know which one is the truth? Did Shiori die accidentally, or did I push her? You don't know, do you? Because I'm the only one who saw what happened here. There's no proof I did anything, but no proof I didn't either. If I were to tell someone about the fact that I was here, I knew that fact would have taken on a life of its own. Like, there's no question that Midori Hahakigi killed Shiori Natsume. So I couldn't feel like telling anyone, not the police, not the school. That I wished for Shiori's death. I felt like I couldn't bear even being suspected of it. And also, whatever I do now, there's no changing her death. Shiori won't come back. So the truth, that last image of Shiori, I wanted to keep it as my own. You must feel such contempt for this selfishness of mine. Well, I understand how you feel. Talking to the cops wouldn't change things for the better, and nobody can stop a rumor. But you ended up telling the truth to us, huh? You okay with that? Of course, as an underling, it's not my place to decide whether to publicize the truth or not. So, what'll it be, boss? My initial reason for investigating Natsume was to find satisfaction for myself. Not wanting to believe the rumor it was suicide, I wanted to determine the truth. That's really all it was. As I investigated, I came to feel more and more of an affinity towards Natsume. I thought how I wanted to have talked to Natsume when she was alive, how I wanted to have been her friend. But I'm not Natsume's friend. As much as I know about Natsume's life, as much familiarity I feel, I'm no more than a third party. I can't be like Hahakigi, who established a true bond with Natsume. That's why I think Hahakigi's judgment should take priority over mine here. If Hahakigi, Natsume's friend, doesn't want to tell anyone, then it's best we go with that. I do recognize that would surely be best for both Natsume and Hahakigi. But I will say there is someone other than myself who wants to know the truth of Natsume's death. Sakura. That being someone who is surely dear to Natsume, a relative to tell you the truth. Sakura? Sakura? Yeah. Sakura said she didn't want to believe the rumor Natsume killed herself. Sakura has her own reasons for feeling guilty about Natsume's death. Unless the rumor of Natsume's suicide goes away, Sakura will continue to be tormented by it. So there is at least someone Natsume held dear, who would find salvation if the truth were revealed. Perhaps there are others like that. No, I'm sure there are. In fact, I was rather shocked by Natsume's death myself, which is why I began my investigation. Knowing Natsume didn't kill herself, part of me is relieved right now. Deep in my heart, I'm glad to know the truth. I'm glad to have investigated it. I didn't begin this in good faith, nor was I trying to act like I was a good person and saving someone. And I also want to respect Hahakigi's feelings, given she was dear to Natsume. But if there might be others like me who want to know the truth, then I want to inform everyone of the truth I learned. That's what I think. If we told the truth to the police, I'm sure it would reach the teachers at the school, too. Then the teachers might help deny the rumor that Natsume killed herself. I think that's the most natural way for everyone to know the truth. But, Hahakigi would get all sorts of questions from the police, huh? About that day. And also there might be people who would start suspecting that Hahakigi did something to Natsume. Why don't they just tell Sakura and not the police? Knowing it was you who called me here and coming here to talk to you, I was prepared for it to go like this. So it's all right. Don't worry about me anymore. I just have one request. Can you be the one to talk to the police, Ue? Why? Wouldn't it be better to talk to them yourself? There's reasons I can't tell them, that I can't go to the police. What I've told you is everything. Just telling them that should be enough. Is she gonna jump? Alright, it's an important role, but I'll try. I'll tell them just what I heard.
Nothing more to say, right? Then we're leaving. Let's go, Aoi.
Yeah. Hi, Kiki. Thanks for coming and talking so much with us. Be sure to leave soon. You'll miss the last train. You take care on your way. Good night. Yeah, good night to you too, Kiki.
Alright, let's get going quick. I don't want this to become any more of a pain than it already is.
Sure enough, I shouldn't be the one to tell the police. It would obviously be better that Kiki, who was there, says it, not someone who wasn't.
Kiki requested it, so just indulge her, alright?
No, I just can't. I'll go tell Kiki. She's gonna jump. Don't! You dummy! What are you doing? Enough. Let it all be over. I'm going to see Shiori. I told you everything I could. I can do what I like now. Ue, please, let go. Don't worry about me.
Aoi, let go.
No. I absolutely can't.
At this rate, you're gonna fall too. Just let go.
No! If I do that, Kiki will fall. No.
Kiki, put your foot there and climb up. Hurry!
Weren't you telling her to let go? Why?
Shut up! If you want to die, do it alone. Don't bring my friend into it. If you take Aoi along with you, you're gonna pay. You get it? Your precious Natsume won't stay pretty anymore, see?
What do you mean?
If you go dying irresponsibly, you know we can do whatever we want, right? Not only you, but we can say what we please about Natsume too. If you let Aoi fall like this, you'll be a true murderer. I won't let you get off easy. I'll drag you through the dirt. I'll lambaste Natsume too while I'm at it. I'll fabricate all sorts of nonsense and spread it like damn wildfire. If a scandal about your precious friend runs rampant, will it be enough? Will it all be over? What face will Natsume's beloved Midori be going to see her with, I wonder?
No way! No!
Don't like it? Then climb up! If your friend's precious, then show it and protect her. Damn. Okay, thank God. I was so nervous. Oh my God.
I thought I was a goner. I'm sorry. Both of you, I'm sorry.
Ooh. That was crazy. Oh my God. Guys, because like I said, I have been like so scared about one of the girls, like something happening to one of the girls because of like the beginning part, and like, oh, it's just like, I know it's irrational and like it's not probably not gonna happen, but it's just like, oh my God, I just got so scared. Hey, you two, done being judged now?
Boy, did we get a talking to. We did break into the school at night and to the off-limits rooftop at that, but we managed to avoid suspension. Glad we'll be able to advance grades.
Huh, I see. I got scolded for not watching you properly too, but I wasn't really punished. Looks as if Kiki asked the police and the school. Like, it was thanks to Ue and Abe I decided to confess, so I don't want them to be punished.
So that's what it was. Kiki.
I just heard the details from the principal, but can I ask something? You called Kiki to the rooftop to talk 2 days ago, right? And you both seemed to take yesterday off. Something happened?
Right, well, first of all, 2 days ago we accompanied Kiki to a nearby police station. We were worried after all. Then they talked with us separately, then our parents came to pick us up and we went home. That's what happened 2 days ago. Yesterday we formally talked to the police, principal, etc., and then went on standby at home. That's why we took the day off. Natsume's family was apparently told about Kiki by the police sometime yesterday. That's what the detective in charge said. And then as for today, I got called by the principal and got chewed out at length until just now. But that's all it ended up being.
Yeesh, it was real annoying. I'll have to pass on doing anything like this again. Hey, don't say that. Who knows what'll happen next? And I worry about Kiki, but I think you guys did good. The police's opinion was always that Natsume's death was an accident, but the fact someone was there is incredibly important. You found the truth in a way the police couldn't.
That only worked because it's a school. It's a real achievement, yeah? Huh? You're praising us, Bottles? But you were so passive. I mean, kinda had to be passive. You guys wouldn't hesitate to do anything for investigation. Believe it or not, I was concerned, you know? I intended to stop you if you were about to do anything dangerous. But it wasn't really like that, huh? Can't approve of breaking into the school at night, but the rest was, permissible enough. And also, you kept damages to me to a minimum, too. I was okay with whatever if it didn't trouble me. That's our Bottles. Safety first. Gotta love that servant-like attitude. That's how Bottles ought to be. This is what I get for praise. These girls, I swear. Bottles, my beloved! Oh, right. Don't you spread stuff about Hahakigi, got it? That's a proclamation from the principal. I know that. Even I'm not that insensitive. Oh, but there is one person I want to tell directly. Though she's a relative, so maybe she already heard from the police. Relative? Meaning Natsume's sister? Yeah, Sakura. She was supporting us and all. We've got to talk to her. Today's Friday, so the tennis club's active. We going? Sure thing. We'll interrupt her for a bit to talk. Let's get to it. And that is what we learned from our investigation and what Hahakigi told us. I'm guessing you heard from the police, but I wanted to tell it to you personally, so... That's right. I heard from the police yesterday, but... Thank you very much, Ue-senpai, Abe-senpai. I was always regretful that my helplessness drove my sister to suicide. I still have regrets now about how, if I really loved Shiori, I should have supported her. There's no changing that. But right now, the fact that she didn't choose death herself is such a blessing for me to know. My sister didn't leave this world filled with despair. I'm really glad for that. Sweet baby girl! Oh my gosh, her portrait's so cute! If I had lonesomely moped over that forever, my sister in heaven would be mad with me, huh? Once I've cried a little more, I'll be cheerful. I'll live life for my sister. And it's all thanks to you that I'm able to think like this. Truly, I can't thank you enough. We don't need thanks. I was just doing what I wanted to do the whole way. In fact, I want to thank you. Your support really encouraged me, Sakura. If I had to say, your smile is the thanks that makes me happiest. So no need for more thank yous. If anything ever troubles you, depend on me anytime. I, Ue-senpai, will do my very best for you. Right. Aww. What's up? We really did a lot of investigation into Natsume. I'm glad that in the end we learned that Natsume's death really was an accident and achieved the objective I started with, but I still feel kind of dissatisfied, almost like an upset stomach. The reason Natsume wasn't in good spirits for months prior, what was that in the end? I got the feeling it was relevant to Natsume's death, but it ended up being an accident after all. Still, it's curious, isn't it? It's something that Natsume didn't even tell Hahakigi, so I suppose it's inevitable that we can't know it from investigating. And also, Yasuoka, Miyuki, Murakami, I feel like all three of them are still hiding things about Natsume. Granted, they're probably not things related to Natsume's death, but because of how much we've investigated, I can't help but wonder. Before Natsume fell here and died, what must she have been thinking? What was she seeing? Natsume stubbornly refused to talk to Hahakigi about what she was troubled by. Because she didn't want to upset Hahakigi, was it? In other words, she didn't spill the beans as her own form of kindness. That's how sides of themselves people intentionally don't show tend to be. It probably entailed stuff that would hurt people's feelings. Could be something there'd be no coming back from once she said it. It'd take real courage to divulge that. If you make clear everything you don't know, sure, it'd probably feel refreshing, but then what? Seems you feel an affinity for Natsume, but if you want to respect her wishes, isn't it best you don't dig more than necessary? For now, be glad you learned the truth of Natsume's death, and keep those remaining doubts in your chest, you know? I get why you'd be curious, but I think there's things you're better off not knowing. Sure, you're right, but then there are things I'm glad to have learned from this too. For instance, there might be things that I'm better off not knowing, but like, secret ending is gonna go crazy, so that I'm a little, no, considerably insensitive. Glad I realized that before going out into the world. And also that you're ridiculously dependable, Akari. Being able to continue the investigation all this time and reach the truth, it's because I always had you at my side supporting me. Your duty as special correspondent for the newspaper club has concluded. but I hope you'll keep it up as my friend for a long, long time. I love them. Right? Yeah. Same to you. They're so cute. I love them so much. Oop, the statue updated. Ending 1 of 3. Ignorance is bliss. Ending 1 of 3. Alright, well, so yeah, that is Pedestal. My first playthrough. I'm gonna go off onto my own now to replay the game, and I'm gonna come back whenever I get to it. It took me like almost 6 hours to get through it the first time, so it probably won't take me as long because I'm gonna be following a walkthrough and I'm going to be not reading the dialogue out loud, but I'm going to, yeah, so I'll come back whenever I get to, you know, whenever I get to the end and we can see the special, the extra stuff and maybe learn about like Shiori's secrets and stuff like that. So yeah, but actually I do want to check out the statues in the menu first. I want to check out the statues in the menu. Statue. Because we got Shiori's. Oh, there's my girl. She's beautiful. And we got Midori. And Sakura we got from... So we'll probably get these 3 from the actual thing. So yeah, like I said, this video probably keeps going because I'm going to come back with the other ending. But for me right now, that's it. So thank you for watching so far. Yay! Hello everyone. So this is me from the future. I actually started doing the bonus scenario and it is much longer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm actually going to be splitting this off from the last episode because the last episode was also like over an hour and a half, which is pretty long. So yeah, I'm going to end this episode here. So thank you for watching and I'll catch you on the next one where we're going to start the bonus scenario.